Europe goes dark. Why Germany is returning to nuclear power. Imagine waking up in the heart of Europe and suddenly realizing the continent that once led the world in green energy is now struggling to keep the lights on. Gas shortages, sky-high electricity bills, industries shutting down. And now, Germany, the country that once swore it would never return to nuclear power, is quietly preparing for what was once unthinkable. Because Europe is facing an identity crisis. Germany was supposed to be the world's clean energy superstar. Wind turbines, solar farms, a complete nuclear shutdown, a future powered entirely by renewables. But then reality hit, and now Europe's most powerful economy is asking a dangerous, uncomfortable question. Did we abandon nuclear power too soon? How Europe got here. To understand why nuclear power is being discussed again, we need to rewind a bit. For over a decade, Germany pushed what it called the Energiewende, a bold energy transition that aimed to replace nuclear and fossil fuels with wind and solar. But here's the problem nobody wanted to talk about. Wind doesn't always blow. Solar doesn't always shine. Energy storage is still extremely limited. So Germany needed a backup, and the backup became Russian natural gas. For years, more than 55% of German gas came from Russia. Cheap, easy, convenient, until war erupted and everything collapsed. When Russia turned off the tap, when the Russia-Ukraine war began, Germany suddenly found itself dangerously exposed. Gas pipelines were cut, energy prices exploded, families couldn't heat their homes, factories stopped production, and Europe came terrifyingly close to rolling blackouts. Suddenly, the world's richest continent was buying coal again. Yes, coal, the energy source it promised to quit. And that's when the question resurfaced. If not nuclear, then what? The problem with the current green plan. Germany invested billions into solar and wind, but here's the twist. Despite being a global climate leader, Germany still emits more CO2 than most of Europe. Why? Because when wind and solar drop, the country relies on coal and imported gas. Europe's grid became unstable. Electricity became expensive, at one point 10 to 20 times higher than pre-crisis levels. Companies threatened to move abroad, so energy experts began whispering something that was once politically toxic. Nuclear isn't the enemy, instability is. Why nuclear power is back on the table. Here's what Germany realized. And it's the part most people don't know. 1. Nuclear is the most reliable zero-carbon energy source. Reactors can run 24/7 for 18 months straight without interruption. 2. Modern nuclear reactors are drastically safer. New designs called SMRs, small modular reactors, are built to shut down automatically if something goes wrong. 3. Nuclear waste is far smaller than most people think. All the nuclear waste ever produced in Germany could fit inside a few football fields. 4. Nuclear can stabilize the grid, which wind and solar simply cannot do alone. So now, after shutting down its last nuclear plants in 2023, Germany is quietly studying ways to restart the nuclear industry. Not the old reactors, but new generation, next-level nuclear tech. This is not official policy yet, but it's no longer a political taboo. In fact, for the first time in decades, a majority of Germans now support bringing nuclear power back. Industry is demanding it. This part is huge. Europe's factories are struggling to survive. Steel, chemicals, automotive, electronics. These industries cannot run on sunshine and wind alone. European CEOs warn that without stable energy, companies will relocate to the US, China, or India where energy is cheaper and more reliable. So the debate is no longer philosophical. It's practical. If Germany wants to stay an industrial powerhouse, it needs nuclear. The irony of the century, Germany shut down nuclear to save the environment. But by doing so, it ended up burning more coal, importing more gas, emitting more carbon. The country that wanted to lead the climate movement accidentally made the climate worse. And Europe is starting to admit it. Across the continent, the UK is building new nuclear plants. France is expanding its nuclear fleet. Sweden reversed its anti-nuclear laws. The Netherlands approved new reactors. Even Poland is joining the nuclear club. Europe is not returning to the past. It's stepping into a new nuclear era. Europe is at a crossroads. One road leads to darkness, unreliable grids, expensive electricity, and energy dependence. The other road leads to something bold, modern, and unexpectedly hopeful: a return to nuclear, not as a step backward, but as a giant leap forward. Germany once believed nuclear power was the past, but today it might be the key to Europe's future. If you want more deep, dramatic breakdowns like this, hit that like button, subscribe for more weekly insights, and share this video with someone who needs to understand where Europe is heading next.